within 1 second mark. 5 minutes. The boats can come out on the race course. Once again, Dave Villwock is coming out quickly, and you'd think that may be because he wants to get to that inside lane and get ahead of everybody and kind of dictate things, but we saw him just by design and by his own voluntary movement, move to the outside, and he started on the outside in our Heat 1, but he is the first boat away from the dock. We're going to have 3 boats on the water. The first boat that is going to come down is the U-27, the Miss Apollo, boat owned by Bruce Ratchford out of the Tri-Cities. Going to have J. Michael Kelly with him. Kelly has squirted up ahead of him, so now Kelly is the first boat coming down. What do you look for? I know you haven't been here all weekend. It's salt water. It kind of throws a different thought process in this, but is Kelly going to try and get inside these 2 guys? He's got 2 awfully fast race boats with him.
Well, it seemed like when he was paired up with his teammate in Heat 1, he had predetermined that he was going to be outside of his teammate's run. And you've got Andrew Tate giving a test to the wind. You know, when you look at them come off the dock, it's glass over there.
Right.
It's so nice over in the pits. It's a warm day. Everybody's in shorts. Over here, people have sweatshirts on at the start-finish line. It is blowing, and this is the first taste for Andrew Tate, really, of that water this afternoon. So he's makes sense that he's hitting it at speed, getting an idea what how it's going to affect his boat.
It is indeed blowing here, and the water is getting rougher on the front straightaway. However, this is extremely typical on San Diego's Mission Bay. Now, the backstretch is the exact opposite. Until they get to that area where the bridge is open and they get that tunnel and shaft of air that come through there, and you were talking about boats lifting. We've got a couple of them cutting the course at the top end. J. Michael Kelly did, and now Andrew Tate's going to follow him. Dave Villwock has just stayed all the way down at the bottom end of the race course, and he's gone the same speed since he got up on a plane. And he's just cruising up the backstretch. The next piece to the start puzzle is the boats have to be at the start-finish line after 1 minute and 15 seconds. That's called the score-up, and it looks like Dave is going to just keep going as slow as he is. He has an opportunity now to move to an inside lane if he wants, but let's see if he does. We'll see how close he goes to some of those buoys. Is he going to open the door for Mike and let him in? Watch Mike. We got the camera there on him. He's on the right side of the screen. See if he comes across that wake.
The question is, can he use a minute to get around if he cuts the course here? If he does cut the course, he's going to have to slow way down. Looks like J. Michael Kelly is not forcing the issue. He's going to head for the full length of the course. And Dave Villwock will now have to hang with J. Michael Kelly to keep that inside lane.
Yeah, I'm just not sure if Dave wants it. I think he's got to be happy with, and now Dave is outside, at least outside of the wake of J. Michael Kelly. And again, we're looking at the clock here at 1:55. They have to stay behind the start-finish line until 1 minute and 15 seconds. So Mike has moved over to lane number 1. Now they can still change lanes after the score up at 1:15. But it doesn't happen very often. We'll keep an eye on all of them. Kelly coming off the top end of the race course in 1, then it's Dave in 2, and on the outside is Andrew. Need 15 seconds yet still to kill. And they will come down. Looks like we will not have anybody pushing this too hard for the score up. We're 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. 1:15. Now, Dave's got to be careful here. He doesn't want to get too far back behind those guys and get in any rooster tail spray of J. Michael Kelly as the rooster tail falls to the outside in the lower corner. A lot of lane space there. Andrew gave a lot of room off to his left.
Yeah, spotters are just below us here in the tower. Hands are just on the buttons, constantly feeding them information about rollers, timing, what the other drivers are doing. Obviously, there's not great visibility out of these cockpits when looking back. So spotters are critical in a situation like this.
Boy, watch Andrew Tate. He is definitely trailing the other 2 boats. He's going to be on the far outside. I mentioned yesterday during the testing, he was doing a lot of timing runs right up against the outside course marker. He is going to try and pack a whole bunch of speed coming to the start-finish line as we hit 20 seconds until the start. Kelly is in 1. Villwock is in 2. And it's Tate on the outside. We're inside 15 seconds to the start. They square up and come down. I like where they are. They were about 10 seconds off the exit pin, and now we're 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark. Man, what a start for J. Michael Kelly. It appeared to be clean, and we have a clean start. Kelly was right on it, Tanner.
He sure was. Andrew Tate had speed on him on the outside, looking to keep that speed all the way around, and stuck in the hallway, but very close is Dave Vilwalk, getting bounced around a little bit there in the first corner.
Second place coming off the corner is Andrew Tate. He's on the far outside. Vilwalk giving ground in between boats. Look at J. Michael Kelly running like a rocket up the backstretch, but he's got a right side rear view mirror that is full of U91 and Andrew Tate. It is Tate and Kelly at the top end. Vilwalk has decided, I'm going to drop back and not play in this game. He was in a tough spot being behind and between boats. Kelly off the top end of the race course. There comes Andrew Tate. Remember, fans, we're going to go 3 times around. Kelly flying the boat, got a lot of air underneath it. Andrew Tate wants to run him down, but it's Kelly by about 4 boat lengths, Tanner.
Honestly, Andrew Tate has shown the speed in qualifying to be able to get this job done. He knows that. He's definitely not backing down as Dave Vilwalk did. When they round this corner, point it into the wind, the amount of air they put under these boats is just, frankly, scary to watch.
And you notice when they go through the corner, when we get that shot from the drone, Andrew Tate is not staying real close to the side of the rooster tail of J. Michael Kelly. He does not want that salt rooster tail to fall onto his boat. The salt is just his nemesis. But now he's closing ground at the top end of the straightaway here, up toward the pit area in the SeaWorld turn. But Kelly's still got lane position on the inside. They're going to come down to pick up the white flag with 1 to go. Kelly on the inside. Where's Andrew? There he is off the top end. This is going to be a fast final lap.
Andrew really hugging his rooster tail around that last corner there. You can see he's going for it on this lap. Oh my gosh, he's flying it so high across the start-finish line.
He did fly the boat across the start-finish line. I thought he may have to pull his foot, and that might have been the end of the heat, but he stayed on it and was able to bring it back down. He is definitely closer to Kelly this time than he was on the last time they went down. Kelly has opened up maybe another boat length in the lower corner, and this is it. This is the white flag lap. The checkered flag will fly as Dave Vilwalk comes back. He will cross the start-finish line to get the white flag on to start lap number 3. Backstretch still Kelly by about 4, maybe 4.5 boat lengths. He's got to just negotiate the top end of the race course and come down and pick up a checkered flag, and this would be a big one. He would love to have it. J. Michael Kelly. Kelly off the exit pin right there. Where's Andrew? Staying right with him. Checkered flag is now hanging. They've got to just put the pedal down and bring it home, Tanner.
Very impressive. J. Michael Kelly showing the speed of that number 8 boat throughout the season. Even with the number 1 lane, he may not have been able to keep up with Andrew Tate chasing him on the outside, but man, he did not give an inch.
He did not. That was a whale of a run for J. Michael Kelly. Wow. An awful lot of, we know there's so much speed in that 91, the Goodman Real Estate, but Mike got the jump at him on the start. He broke the clock. He was the first one out, and they come off the lower corner. Andrew drives by J. Michael Kelly, and I'm sure if they looked at each other out the window, he had to nod to him. Nice run, Mr. Kelly. Wow. And here comes Dave Vilwalk. He will come down and pick up a 3rd place finish, and I think discretion was the better part of valor on this one for Dave Vilwalk. As you and I saw, he was between boats. He was back a little bit, and that's not a good spot to be in freshwater, let alone the saltwater. And I think he just pulled his foot and said, I'll live and fight another day with you guys.
I mean, you have the experience with it. It sure seems like he pulled his foot a lot. He finished almost a half a lap back, so I hope he doesn't have some sort of mechanical issue also.
So here are our unofficial results. J. Michael Kelly, 400 points. Again, these are unofficial. We will find out that the racing was clean on the water from the officials to our left, and then the boats do have to go through tech inspection. So unofficial, but 400 points to J. Michael Kelly, 300 to Andrew Tate. Dave Vilwalk coming home in 3rd will get 225 points, and technically we get a did not start for Corey Peabody and the U9. And back to what you were talking about, Tanner, with regards to Dave Vilwalk, I think based on what we saw in the first running of the first heat, there's a lot more in that boat, and I think he just pulled his foot.
Sure is, and he qualified 2nd. He definitely has the boat speed, and then he showed in the first heat that he can put that into the heat format. So in that one, you're right. Maybe just was so deep in the hallway there between those rooster tails, it just knew it wasn't going to work out, or it was going to take a lot of risk to make that happen, and backed right out of the rooster tails.
This is heat 2. We make the comment yesterday when they were testing and qualifying. You can't win the Bill Munsey Cup on Friday, but you can sure lose it if you do something stupid. So, it's only the second heat of the weekend here. So, a third place, we're fine. They'll take that. He knows he's got a fast boat. He also knows he's got to get a better timing mark if he's going to be in that lane. You can't be late with these guys. We've seen it all year long.